think this kind of naturally brings us to the topic. And when we were having the initial conversation, you mentioned something really interesting. Do you have to lie when you're working with clients and managing the relationship with the clients and being a buffer sometimes for the team and helping the team work with those clients? And I really thought about it. And for example, it's really hard for me to lie internally, and that's why we lean towards being quite radically transparent. Sometimes, as you mentioned, people go into panic mode, and you can skip that. I agree. But when it comes to talking with clients, I think it's unwise to speak your mind, and then diplomacy should be on a much higher level. Political speak and talk should be on a much higher level when you are aligned on the goals that you want to achieve. Sometimes you may think that this client, we quite often work with clients that they think they have technical skills. They have like close to zero technical skills, yet they want to be making the decisions. And you cannot just go there and say, hey, by the way, just don't do this because you don't understand the topic at all. But you want to steer the clients with the right questions and the right proposals. So you go towards the direction that will benefit the entire process and will help you reach the goal. So when it comes to the team, it's really hard for me to lie. Sometimes you may want to omit information, but then when it comes to the clients, I would not say it's lying, but it's rather speaking in a more political and diplomatic terms. And it's not with all clients. There are clients that we're quite honest and transparent with, but it's not always.
Well, lie. Let's define lying, because it could be very misleading, because someone will say, well, but what they said is really a lie. For me, lie means that you change the fact. And what we see in our media and all over the media, so you may share a fact and twist it, the impression of accepting this fact, so it leads somewhere else.
Yeah.
And sometimes, probably the famous thing with the 6 or 9 on the sheet. So two people are looking at the same way, and one say it's a 6, the other one says it's 9. So the same fact could be seen differently from two people. So it's not very unusual to say fact and looking it from the direction that you like. And this is what majority of the startup guys do. They twist the reality in a way that is appealing and possible. Because if you don't see it that way, you're doomed.
Yeah.
So for me, lying is changing the facts.
It is.
Not twisting, but changing the facts.
And depends on the level of twist. It could be also accepted as a lie, or you've been tricked.
Yeah.
Okay. And if I'm twisting the reality in a way that it will never possibly apply to someone, then I'm lying. So if I'm telling that everybody has a possibility in this modern age to learn anything on YouTube, and I'm speaking this in a ghetto where they don't have internet, that's a lie.
You're lying, yeah.
That's a lie. And so with a customer, I would like to lead them to the place where I go. With the people, I usually don't put this effort, because this is a lot of effort.
It is.
To bring someone on a path and show him the path in a way that they are willing to go. And I always do it for the sake of common success, because otherwise I would have problems with myself. With people internally, we don't really do it. We just explain what it is and how we see it. Could be different. So usually when I say something to my leadership team, and there are 3 people who see it one way, the same fact, see it one way, the other three the other way, the other three says, well, I cannot see it either way. So if the group is bigger, there will be a lot of different opinions about the same thing. So sharing the facts and sharing my view on them usually works because of the, as you said, trust. If I have proven myself to be trustworthy and how to say,
and there for the people, like being there,
and working for them, being their champion in different situations, they say, okay, fine, let's see. If you have to lead a customer who is not technically aware of something but want to do a decision, usually I may go and describe the consequences of this decision in a more darker colors than
what we try is to
the nuance of gray.
Got it. Everything is nuanced.
Right.
Negotiations all over, on all levels, with different nuances.
But in time, if you work with this same person for 6 months or more, and they start to see that you want to help and bring everybody to the place they want to go, at some point they will say, yeah, I would like to say this as a decision, but you know better.
Yeah.
So
this building trust with the client.
Everything is trust. Yeah. Everything is trust.
And defining trust. I had this realization. I had a conversation with a client, and I was saying, you need to trust us more, because otherwise we cannot achieve our common goal. And the client asked, what's your definition of trust? And I said, well, you need to take a little leap of faith so we can start working. And he said, trust for me is you say you're going to do something, and then you're going to do something, which is not necessarily the way that I'm going to define trust, but this gave us the idea of what to do in order to get to a place where we will have the trust that that's our definition of trust. Like, your job, just go on and take the technical details. No need to agree on every single step and every single decision. But asking the question, or rather being asked the question, made me realize that sometimes when we talk with clients, we need to first ask about the definitions of how we see things. Like not lying, but like facts can be accepted in
presented
differently. Actually, it's actually quite helpful, because then you can see what works for the client, and then you can take steps towards that by also expecting the client to also take meet somewhere in the middle. So just something that I realized.
Also, you can challenge them with the fact. They are giving some proposal or willing to do this or that, and you say, but the reality is, so they suffer from the same fallacies. Every customer is a human being.
Yeah.
And for me, the crucial part is when the customer starts to be a customer and you became partners.